Hey guys, it's Sister Farnsworth, and I wanted to cover with you guys just a little bit of the timeline that we'll have for the next couple of weeks as we start off in our first Adobe program, which is Illustrator. Adobe will, for the Illustrator portion of our course, we're going to be using weeks 3 and 4. The deadlines stay the same. We still have a Wednesday night deadline and a Saturday night deadline each week, but what you turn in is a little bit different. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into week 3. As I wait for my screen to upload, you'll notice there might be this pink box around that you can see. That just is my ability to show you, it's so that I can see what a student sees. So that's why I'm using that. That pink box will not show up on your screen. Right here we are in weeks 3 and weeks 4. And before I dive into the specifics of the icon set and everything Illustrator, this same type of setup with the deadlines is going to happen in every single Adobe program. So we will go back and do a little bit more reading and a quiz and so a little bit more of that type of setup. But for the Adobe programs, they're 2 weeks on each program. And then the deadlines are the same, although the work differs just a little bit. So in week 3 up here at the top, you'll see this Illustrator worksheet. Inside of this link, you'll be able to download a zip file that will have the Illustrator worksheet that you need to complete. So this button right here will give you that zip file. You'll open up the zip file, open up the Illustrator worksheet.ai file, and then follow these videos to complete the worksheet. This video 17, it will talk to you about artboard sizing and exporting your finished worksheet, which you'll then submit here with the blue button, okay? Let's go back to week 3 just for a little bit so that we can cover the rest of what's available. Okay. This videos right here, the helpful Illustrator videos, these are ones that were created by our course content creator. They're videos that are things that have been questions that have been asked semester after semester. So he has gone ahead and created videos that may help in addition to what is already created. So anything like that you'll find right here. Videos that I will create and post for you will show up in the questions and conversations, or will also be posted in the announcement for these weeks, okay? So if there are videos I have that I've completed for you that I think will be helpful, then you'll see those here in the discussion board for the week, and then also possibly in the announcement. But I'll at least give you a link to where it is in the announcement, okay? So this Illustrator worksheet, you'll spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on it, turn it in on the Wednesday night deadline. Then at that point, the icon set draft is the next place that we're going to go. With the icon set draft, it will take the second half of that first week, so from Wednesday to Saturday, and then also all of week 2. Here you'll see all of the project requirements. Make sure that you pay close attention. When I'm working for a client, I even write down notes, print out project requirements. Whatever's required, I keep it near my desk while I'm working, so I make sure that I'm hitting all of the checkpoints correctly for my clients. So for these projects, I, as the teacher, am your client, okay? So I'm going to act as a client. I expect you to be the designer and tell me. So you'll follow all of these, and then again, you'll submit your assignment. Just to be super clear, though, there are 2 things that need to be submitted on the Saturday deadline. The first thing is your draft of your icon set. The second thing is the project report, and that can be downloaded right here. If you click on this link, it will take you... We'll actually go into it so you can see. It will take you into this Google Doc. You will basically copy this Google Doc and then open it up and fill it out. You'll do all of part 1, which covers the draft, and submit the whole thing. Save it as a PDF and submit it along with your icon set. This part 2, you'll also show me where you posted your draft for critique, which we'll cover in just a second. Part 2 is going to be finished and submitted with your final. You don't need to delete this out for part 1, and you don't need to answer it. But at the end, you'll have to turn in part 1 and part 2 completely finished. Okay? I will skip back. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Back into the icon set draft. So this is back in Canvas. You'll submit your project report, part 1, and your draft of your icon set here. Then the next page will take you into VoiceThread. You guys have done an excellent job on understanding VoiceThread. I know some of you are new to this. Some of you have probably already used it. But for me, this is the first time that we have used this in the course. So I'm right there learning along with you. With that said, I want to draw your attention to one thing. When we posted our introductions, they were right here in the visual media folder. You'll see them pop up again. This, when we do our icon set for critique, you need to make sure that you select this is 01 icon set S19. Right now you can see nobody has submitted their icon set. The easiest way to do this is to go ahead and create one and then post your PDF of your icon set. You don't need to do your project report, just your PDF here for critique. If you decide to use this create button, I know that is an option. You'll go ahead and make your VoiceThread the exact same way as you would if you use this create one. But make sure that when you're done finishing this, there will be a place that you can share. Make sure you share it to this 01 icon set. If it's not here, then your classmates cannot critique your project, which means you will have a half-finished critique report for me in week 4, which is our second week in Illustrator, okay? So with that said, make sure that you post that on Saturday. At that point, we move into week 4. Here will be the questions and conversations board. If you have questions, please post. I am more than happy to answer. In addition to it, that's your opportunity to help other students. So if you know an answer or if there's something that you want to find information on, just know asking a question is not a dumb thing. I guarantee you somebody else is wondering the same thing. Then for the critique report, at this point, we're in week 4, our second week in Illustrator. You've already submitted your draft. You've posted it on the critique board. So now it's time to create the critique report and to participate by critiquing the drafts of your peers. So you'll follow these instructions. This video link right here will help you understand how to post your draft in VoiceThread very clearly. Our course content creator has done a great job with this video. So if you have any questions about how that works, I covered it really quickly. Make sure that you watch this video. Then what you need to do to participate in the critique and to complete your critique report is all right here. You will go to this link right here where it says VoiceThread critique report template. It's the same idea. It will take you to a Google Doc. This report template is different than the project report, so make sure that you complete this whole thing. You'll tell me who you critiqued, what days you participated, and then also explain what the feedback that from your peers, how that helped you, and that type of thing. And then, of course, follow the submission process, save it as a PDF, and submit it back in here on Wednesday of week 4. Okay? Then finally you'll spend the last part of week 4, our second week in Illustrator, making sure that you skip back to week 4 really quick. So Wednesday will be your critique. You'll turn your critique report to me for grading, okay? Week 4 right here, you'll see the VoiceThread icon set link. That just will take you back to where you posted your critique so that you can access the drafts of your peers and comment for them, and then also collect the comments back on your post so that you can put that into your critique report. Finally, on Saturday, the icon set is due. One thing that I want to remind you of is that those project requirements, that is the very best way to get the best grades. So make sure that you hit every project requirement. You may feel like your stuff is not super creative or that you're super skilled in Illustrator, but you can get a huge chunk of points if you just fulfill all the project requirements. Remember, there's 2 files that I need from you. I need a finished icon set that fulfills these minimum expectations. And then I also need your project report. Part 1 that you already submitted needs to be filled out completely. And part 2, you would save both of those together as one PDF and submit it right here at the submit assignment button. And then along with that final draft. So at that point, just so that we're 100% clear, this will happen this 2-week setup will happen again in Photoshop and in InDesign. Okay, so the same idea. We have Wednesday, Saturday deadlines. The first week of a program, we do the worksheet on Wednesday. On Saturday will be the draft. Then on Wednesday of the second week in the Adobe program, we do the critique report is due. And then on the following, on that second Saturday, will be project report part 1 and 2, as well as your final draft, okay? So just so you have that down, it's a whole lot of information. I promise it will make a lot more sense once you get going. But also I wanted to mention there will be one additional video that will show up here that will be a mock project. In semesters past, I've had a lot of students say that watching me do a mock project, it does take a little bit more time, but it answers a ton of questions and kind of gets you a jump start on how to move into the program quickly and get moving to be successful. So you'll be able to watch that in the next video.